They were not just wrestlers. They were unstoppable forces of destruction. Face paint like war masks, spiked shoulder pads, and an entrance that felt like the end of the world. When the Road Warriors walked to the ring, fear walked with them. Hawk and Animal didn't need to speak. Their presence screamed violence, dominance, and chaos. But behind the roaring crowds and championship gold, a much darker story was unfolding. Addiction, pain, mental struggles, and a tragic ending that still raises disturbing questions. Today, we uncover the unnatural and mysterious deaths behind one of the most legendary tag teams in wrestling history. This is the untold truth of the Road Warriors. The Road Warriors were born in the brutal wrestling territories of the early 1980s. Michael Hegstrand, known as Road Warrior Hawk, and Joseph Laurinaitis, known as Road Warrior Animal, were not created in a marketing office. They were forged in pain. Trained by Eddie Sharkey, they combined real-life strength, aggression, and intimidation into a style wrestling had never seen before. Their spiked shoulder pads, inspired by Mad Max films, turned them into living weapons. Fans didn't just watch the Road Warriors, they felt them. Promotions around the world quickly realized that Hawk and Animal were money, and soon they were dominating AWA, NWA, WCW, WWE, and even Japan. Success came fast, and it came hard. The Road Warriors were constantly on the road, wrestling brutal matches night after night. The physical punishment was extreme, but the lifestyle was worse. Painkillers, alcohol, and drugs became common coping mechanisms in an era where wrestlers were expected to be indestructible. Hawk, in particular, began showing signs of serious substance abuse early on. Despite their unmatched success, including multiple tag team championships and legendary matches, the cracks were beginning to show. Fame amplified everything: the pain, the pressure, and the demons. Road Warrior Hawk's personal life was slowly collapsing. Years of injuries led to prescription drug dependency, which eventually spiraled into full-blown addiction. Hawk struggled with alcohol and narcotics, often appearing intoxicated backstage. His behavior became unpredictable, sometimes dangerous. Fellow wrestlers later revealed that Hawk was fighting a war inside his mind, one fueled by depression, paranoia, and guilt. The wrestling business had given him everything, but it was also taking everything back, piece by piece. In one of the most disturbing moments in wrestling history, WWE turned Hawk's real-life addiction into an on-screen storyline. The infamous angle showed Hawk falling from the Titantron, symbolizing his personal downfall. While presented as entertainment, many felt it crossed a moral line. Hawk himself later admitted that reliving his struggles on national television worsened his mental state. What should have been a cry for help became a spectacle, and the damage was irreversible. On October 19, 2003, the wrestling world was shocked. Road Warrior Hawk was found dead in his Florida home at the age of 46. The official cause of death was heart failure, but toxicology reports revealed the presence of alcohol and prescription drugs in his system. Years of substance abuse, combined with physical trauma and untreated mental health issues, created a lethal storm. Fans were left wondering, was this just a natural death, or the tragic result of an industry that destroyed its own legends? After Hawk's death, Animal carried the Road Warriors' legacy alone. Though physically stronger and more disciplined, Animal was deeply affected by the loss of his brother-in-arms. He continued appearing at wrestling events, conventions, and Legends matches, always honoring Hawk's memory. But time was catching up. Years of wrestling damage, injuries, and stress took their toll on his body. Behind his powerful appearance, Animal was fighting health issues that fans rarely saw. On September 22, 2020, Road Warrior Animal passed away suddenly at the age of 60. The cause was reported as natural causes, but the timing and lack of detailed explanation left fans stunned. Unlike Hawk, Animal avoided heavy substance abuse, making his sudden death even more shocking. Some speculated long-term wrestling injuries, undiagnosed conditions, or cumulative physical stress. With both Road Warriors gone, the team that once ruled wrestling was officially extinct. Were the deaths of the Road Warriors truly natural? Or were they the inevitable result of a ruthless industry that demanded everything and gave little back? Hawk's life ended through a mixture of addiction, mental illness, and neglect. Animal's sudden passing raised unanswered questions. Together, their stories highlight a darker truth about professional wrestling. The price of greatness is often paid in silence, long after the crowd stops cheering. The Road Warriors changed wrestling forever. Their style, intensity, and aura influenced generations of superstars. But behind the paint and spikes were two human beings battling invisible enemies. Their deaths serve as a warning and a reminder. Legends may appear immortal, but even the strongest warriors fall. Hawk and Animal are gone, but their legacy will echo every time a tag team steps into the ring with fire in their eyes and war paint on their faces.